Couple of people talking about this in the chat board before the show, so I just wanted to ask this question as well. Bazinga Guy wants to know if you guys saw the new Annie trailer with Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz, and the girl from Beasts of Southern Wild. And what did you think?
I know Aaron was actually tweeting about this morning.
I saw this trailer and I absolutely loved it. I was so hesitant about this project originally because I like the original Annie, and I was so worried when all these casting rumors are going around what it was going to end up looking like. But I saw the trailer and it really did win me over. I like musicals. I love the casting in this. I actually really bought Cameron Diaz as a villain. I thought that they were going to age her up, and I thought that she was going to play something that was a little more more dark, but she kind of just plays a mean lady, and I like that for her. She nails it. So I'm pretty excited for this movie, and I'm so surprised that even I am saying this.
I was like you, when I first heard about the project, skeptical.
Yep.
But as it started coming together and the people they started to get involved with it, I mean, I remember the first time I heard about this, Will Smith's going to produce it, he's going to have his daughter stars, and I'm like, here we go again.
Jay-Z's going to be in it,
yeah. I mean, here we go again with all that. But then it really started to come together. I thought, this actually could be, look, it could be a mess, but it also could be something pretty special. And I think the trailer lends itself to enthusiasm. So I think it was pretty good. All right, what else we got?
Dave Kosha wants to know, do you think that if FF, I'm assuming Fantastic Four, fails again, that Fox will give up and give the rights back to Marvel, or is the third time a charm?
Or is the third time a charm?
Are they really going to reboot this franchise 3 times?
Yeah, I know. Look, right, Fox clearly has a strategy right now for a shared cinematic universe that they want with their Fantastic Four and they want with the X-Men. They want that shared cinematic universe, and they're building towards that. With that being the case, I think they have, as long as it is not like a nuclear level bomb, they can handle a bump. I mean, they can handle it not doing well one time, because they've got a grander plan here that they're trying to put into motion, and I don't think they're going to bail at the first bump. 2 bumps, yeah, they're done. And I think at some point, if Fantastic Four is the colossal failure that the first 2 Fantastic Four films. I remember the first 2 Fantastic Four films made some money. There's just everybody hated them, and that's just the big problem. If everybody hates the new Fantastic Four and they do 2 new Fantastic Four films and those are both bombing, I think they're giving up. I think they're going to just abandon and set Fantastic Four adrift and let eventually the rights just revert back to Marvel, or negotiate something with Marvel in return. But I can't see them trying it again. What do you think?
I agree. I think at the heart of it, we're all in the business here of trying to make money. And if they fail to do so, I see no point in holding on to that property if it's not working for them. Why would they want to?
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Ariel Noel wants to know if we'll ever see Poison Ivy again on the big screen. She is one of her favorite comic book villains, and she wants to know who we could see playing her.
I don't think so.
Didn't we in Wolverine?
Yeah, we kind of saw it in the new Wolverine film, actually.
Poison Ivy 2.0? I mean...
it really depends on the... We're going to learn a lot more in Man of Steel 2. Because in Man of Steel 2, we'll get a much better grasp of what kind of universe are they creating for this DC Cinematic Universe. Because right now, Poison Ivy doesn't fit. Because this whole plants obey my commands, that's wacky. I mean, and it's fine, it works perfectly great when you've got an established universe that is not remarkable in, that fits in there. And if Man of Steel 2 somehow creates this new shared cinematic universe in a way that something like that could fit, then why not? Poison Ivy is a terrific comic book villain. She's fantastic when she's used right. That Batman and Robin disaster notwithstanding. But it really depends. If I was just going off of Man of Steel, a Poison Ivy doesn't fit in that cinematic universe. But clearly they're going to be making some adjustments to this universe with the next one because they want to open it up to other heroes they have in their collection. So it's really hard to answer that question until we see Man of Steel 2. It's just impossible to know. Aaron?
I agree with you. It seems like we're going for a more grounded approach to these characters, so I don't really see her fitting into the storylines thus far. However, I do love that character, and if anyone was to play Poison Ivy in my dream world, it would be Christina Hendricks.
Oh, she would be great.
She'd be fantastic.
She'd be a very good Poison Ivy. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Okay, what's next?
Brooklyn Parks wants to know, if Maleficent is a success, do you think Disney will begin a trend of revisiting their classics in live-action films?
Yeah, I really do. And that's not an afterthought either. That's very on the forefront of the folks at Disney in their minds. They are very much watching Maleficent very carefully. They want this thing to work, because if it does, it really opens up a whole new treasure chest for them. They have such a rich catalog of these old stories and characters they can go back, revisit, reimagine. And not only the stories themselves, they can just start plucking out the villains, telling these stories from different points of view. You've got 6-7 years worth of films you could just do alone right there. So absolutely this is on their mind, and they're going to be watching it carefully. Erin?
I agree with you. I think it'd be a really interesting prospect, and I think it would be a good idea. The only problem was a lot of their old properties involve animals. So how are we going to get a live-action Dumbo or a Robin Hood? I mean, it's just kind of, well, we'll have to see how creative they want to get here, but I think it's definitely on the table, and it would be something smart for them to look into.
All right, what's next?
Tevin's evil twin, right? Since Gwen is going to die. Oh no, that's terrible. I don't even want to finish the question now. Since Gwen is going to die, do you think that in TASM 3 will be as dark as the first one, or stay mixing the tones like in The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Well, I mean, we
Maybe
haven't seen
sad.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 yet, so we don't know how well they're going to be mixing the tones. I don't think you can never get too dark. You don't want to get too dark with Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man by his nature is very jovial. That's one of the things I think they did so well in the first Amazing Spider-Man film, is that they were really successful in cross-germinating, if you will, this idea of a darker, more grounded, realistic, dirty, you know, metropolis kind of town and the streets and crime and stuff like that, with the jovialness of Spider-Man. I mean, so they fit that very, very well. I think we're going to see that carry over with some more seriousness in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but that's just predicting. I haven't seen the film yet. And with Spider-Man 3, once again, it's an impossible thing to even guess at when we haven't seen Spider-Man 2. So possibility, it doesn't add to the possibility. It was just a separate, on its own sort of thing. What film fans do, and I am guilty of this as well, totally, and I admit it, but what we collectively do that is quite stupid of us, is sometimes we see some little thing totally unrelated to anything, and we start instantly looking for, what does this mean? And 99% of the time, it doesn't mean anything. So I really wouldn't. It was a funny little gag online, but don't think that it actually means anything pro or con. Erin?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there's any significant relevance to it other than just the fact that we can enjoy it and watch it and have fun. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.